Okay, guys, so here it is. It's the last day. I know, tear in the eye. I will give you at the very end a little fun video to kind of wrap up the COVID videos that we've been doing here. But right now, I just want to finish up what business we have. Got two more blanks on your notes. We last left off with these bonus marchers being pushed out by the police, but they don't go too far, like I said, and they set up again, and in what can only be described as a pretty big giant reaction by the president, because they were peaceful, they weren't threatening any type of harm, but the president is done with this. He wants this over, and so what he does is he sends the army in, horse troops, cavalry, tanks, machine guns, and tear gas. And one of the things that is very difficult to watch at times is that, remember, these are veterans. These are people who went to the First World War, served in the First World War, lived through the First World War, and now you have these young kids who were attracted to the cavalry. They liked being on horses and riding on horses. They take their sabers, their swords, and they flip them on the side, and what they start doing is, when the veterans don't move fast enough, they start slapping the vets in the butt with it. And they start laughing at the vets, and the vets obviously probably gave back looks like, I'm going to come over there and knock you off your stupid horse. They were upset because they completely disregarded the fact that they were veterans, and that was very disheartening. The last thing is not a good thing for the career of a rising general. His name was Douglas Macarthur. I believe at the time he was a colonel. What he does is he was told just to move the protesters, but he doesn't do that. So, by the way, yes, Douglas Macarthur not only moves the protesters, there we go, the protesters, but he also goes ahead and starts burning down all their shanty houses. Now, there's tragedy that strikes, because remember, we said that there were women and kids that came along with their husbands for this protest. And there's at least one or two children that end up dying because their parents couldn't get them out of the shanty before it caught on fire. This was a black eye on the eye of Mr. Macarthur in his career as an officer, and it just was just a really tragic end to something that needs to be done, which is to try to end this depression. Okay, so that's done with the notes. So just really quickly, your quest looks like this. You got 5 matching questions. You got 7 multiple choice questions. You got 4 true and false questions, and you got 4 fill in the blanks. Your short answer is this. The causes of the depression. I need 3 of them. I need you to identify 3 of the causes of the depression and then describe their impact. So I'll give you a for instance. So like, for instance, we could do letter C, uneven income distribution. We said once again that while there's one business owner of a business whose income has gone up 60% since the 1920s has started, he can pay for all these more expensive prices. But say he's got 100 workers. Their income only had gone up 10% during the Depression. I mean, it hadn't stayed the same, but it only went up 10. The problem is this. He can buy a couple goods because he's a person just like everybody else. But the economy needs how many more people? 100. But they can't afford it, right? A second one is the elimination of the holding companies. Progressives had always said these guys were a bunch of cheats. They were sneaking around, buying up stock and creating monopolies, so we got to get rid of them. So we talked about the fact that the holding companies were gotten rid of. Yay! Good job, progressives. The only problem is this. They bought up lots and lots and lots and lots of stock. Now that they're closed, guess who's not buying lots and lots of stock? The holding companies. So while they may have been seen as bad and evil by the progressives, unfortunately now they don't buy up all those stock that need to be bought up. All right, that's 2 out of the 3. You guys pick one more and tell me about its impact. And you and I will be good for the rest of the school year. One last time, I know I talked about it in the Zoom. Guys, you guys have done a great job. All right, so in just a few moments, we're going to have the last video. And so this will be the fun video. So don't forget from 2:30 to 3:15, if you have questions, some of you have been working on the review and you guys have questions, that's your time to ask questions. Please only ask questions if you've tried to find the answers, okay, guys? I don't want, this to be just, I really didn't want to do the review, so can you give me some answers? Only give me questions if you've really looked for them, okay? All right, guys. That will be at 2:30 to 3:15. All right, we're out of here, and then one more video. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Bye.